Dandavas, Maharaj. Haribol. Dandavas, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavats.
Hare Krishna. Dandavas, Prabhu Ross.
Haribol, Dandavats, Ross. How is everyone there in Spain? España?
Very well, Maharaj, for grace and good and Vaishnavas. Thank you.
All right.
And you?
Yes, we're okay. We're okay.
Okay.
It's still cold there. It looks like you're all bundled up.
Yes, this is a little cool. I think finish this next day. Yeah, finish. Cool.
Yes. Spring will start.
Correcto. 21 March.
21.
Yeah.
Spring solstice.
Yes, very nice spring, because Krishna say, I am spring, no?
Yeah. The flower bearing spring, huh?
Yeah. Sunflower, everybody happy. Very good.
How are you, Ross? Prabhu?
I'm well. I'm now in Florida with my parents.
You're in Florida now?
Yeah.
Oh. You like the warm climates, huh?
Yeah.
What happened in San Diego?
I left.
You left.
Yeah.
Oh. Now what do you now what will you do? You're going go to the ocean and swim? Huh?
No. I have plans to go to Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah, the group there, that person introduced me to Bhakti.
Okay.
Yeah.
You joined the what is that collective called?
Harmony.
Huh? Harmony?
Yeah. Yeah, they have a group of people interested in science on a farm nearby.
Okay.
Deva-Madhava, right?
Deva-Madhava.
Deva-Madhava.
Oh, Deva-Madhava.
So the one who introduced me to Bhakti. It's an undergrad.
Okay. So Aryananda has invited you to come to Spain. You want to go there?
Yeah.
Yeah, would you like to go there? What are you doing? A worldwide parikram, huh? To all the devotees, different places? How about India?
Yes, Maharaj, I see to Parikram the.
I'm talking to Ross still, no?
Yes, I'm talking to Ross that he's doing parikram to all the different devotee centers. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, will you visit Navadvip also? Mayapur?
Oh, I hope.
Oh, one day
Next
to do
year.
that.
Yeah.
And what are you looking for? What do you expect to find?
Pranam Dandavat Maharaj.
Haribo, Dandavad, Dr.
Dandavad. Dandavad to everyone. Namaste.
Haribo. Are you looking for something, Dr. Ross? What is it you're looking
Yeah.
for? What are you looking for? Can I ask?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I know clearly,
Okay.
but
Uma Devi,
I could try to be honest.
Sridhara Maharaj wrote one book, The Search for Sri Krishna. He said, everyone is searching for pleasure. Krishna means pleasure. Huh? And Krishna means the reservoir of pleasure. Huh? Akila Rasamrita Murti means the reservoir of pleasure. All the pleasure that you could possibly ever desire or expect, that will be found in the reservoir of pleasure, where all pleasure is coming from, flooding out from that center. Everyone is searching for that. We don't know. That's what we're searching for, but we don't know that it can be found in Krishna. Krishna. Heart will be content. There you'll find your heart's contentment, fully satisfied. Fully satisfied. Any place else you look, you won't find that full satisfaction. And that can't be approached the way we approach pleasure in the mundane sense, from finite things. It can only be approached by sharanagati, by surrender, devotion, dedication, sacrifice. There, then we can hope to approach that. And even approaching, we don't know if we don't get it, because it's not up to us. That pleasure that Krishna has to give himself, has to allow us to come, to have a relation with him. When our hearts are freed from all other desires, all other desires for pleasure and other places. So single-minded devotion. Are you willing to take up that process? Give yourself entirely. Die to live. You have to die to this world to live in that one. This world is the world of exploitation. That world is the world of dedication, service, slavery, you could say. Well, of course, it went off.
Yes.
And not like slavery. It is, but it isn't. You have your freedom there. Your free will is there. But it's captured. Your will is captured by Krishna. Beauty conquers over all, huh? Love conquers over all. So that way your will is captured there. But you still have your freedom. To be a slave of beauty, to be a slave of sweetness and charm and love, that we want. We want that kind of slavery. Otherwise, we are slaves of our senses, mind and senses. Hare Krishna. Where are you in Florida? In the Keys?
A little north of Miami.
Okay. You know the devotee community there? I think it's in Alachua.
Yeah,
You've been there?
there. I've been to Alachua, and there's one closer by in Miami as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I visited them while I'm here for maybe a week or two.
Okay. Gauranga. Linda, Hare Krishna. I didn't see your picture there.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Sorry, I
How-
think I explained to Krishna
How are you?
before. I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, I just can't have my camera on.
Okay. Are you going to be coming to Princeton when Krishna Keshav goes there? Next Sunday, I think it is.
Hopefully, I'm trying to clear my schedule for it.
Okay. All right, let us begin with Vandana, page 38 of the Kirtan Guide. Gauranga. Vandeham Shri Guru
Jayam Sri Guru Srila Patakamanam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Tata
Shri
Jatam Bhagam Raghunatam Manitam Sajivam Advaitam Savadotam Parijana
Bhagavatam Parijana Shri Radha
Radha Krishna Adana Saha Gana Lalita Sri Vishakha Hamcha
Om Ganachide
Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya
Chakshurunmilitam Yana Tasmai Sri
Shri
Gurave
Gurave
Namaha
Namaha
Pujya Sri Guru Varga Vandita Bhavana
Mahabhava
Vidya Sada Upaparya Parampara Praja Prajya Pramukta Kritaha Nirmala Sri Guru Devam Ananta Srila-Acharya Bhavam Nijam
Ananta Shira Acharya Nijam.
गोविंद अभिधाम चलम भरतनुम भक्त्या सुंदरम वंदे विश्व गुरुना च दिव्य भागवत मना देवं दिव्य चंदा वदनम बालकृतिदं पुरम सद एक वर्णम वैराग्य सिद्धांत निधिं भक्ति लसितं सरस्वतनाम्बरं वन्दे तं शिवतं श्री सिद्धांत सरस्वती विदितो गौड़ीय गुरुवर्य अनुदेव प्रभात कीर्तन मायावाद कृष्ण प्रेम
Bhakti
गौरांगीय पद्मभृंगाय राधा
Shri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam
Vinodam Sri Gaura Shakti Saraswat
गौरवज्र सुतस्सरे वंद्य विग्रहं जगन्नाथ प्रभु वंदे प्रेमावेदं विधे वैष्णवं पतितनां प्रवनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो पंचतत्त्वं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपं भक्तवतारं भक्तश्यां नमामि भक्तिकं
Namo
नमो महामदनाय वरदाय ते कृष्ण कृष्ण चैतन्य नामेन गौरचैतन्य जयतं सुब्रतौ संगर्मम सर्वस्व पद्मभोजो राधा मदन व्याद रंजरान्य कल्प श्रीमद्रत्नागर सिंहासनस्थो श्रीगंधर्वशील गोविंद रस रसाभिषे तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय सबसे कृष्ण भक्ति पदे देवी सतै मंत्रो गुरुना भगवत तदना सन जगत गुरुना तत्जाय रहते के परिकर श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गोविंद सिंधु श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद अद्वैत गदाधर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम
Hare Hare
हरे
Gurudev, Srila Santa Maharaj ki jai,
जय
Bye.
Khan ki jai,
जय
Bye.
Govinda ki jai.
जय
Glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to
जय
the high devotees. Go Premanand, Hari Hari Hari.
हरि हरि बोल हरि बोल
Paramahamsa Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri
महाराज
Maharaja Jai.
महाराज की जय
Bye.
Hari Bo, Teresa.
Haribo.
Dhanyawad.
Good to see everyone.
So we're reading from page, let's see, page number 2, Prapanna-jivanamrtam. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Satadasata Sri Sripad Bhakti Yoga Dev-Goswami Maharaja ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Sri Prapanna-jivanamrtam ki jai.
Jai.
So text number 3. Guru Rupa Harim Goram Radha Ruchi Ruchavritam Nityam Nomi Navadvipe Nama Kirtana Nartanai. Guru Rupa Harim Goram. Perpetually do I sing the glories of Lord Gauranga, who is the Supreme Personality of God and Sri Hari, embraced by the heart and halo of Sri Radhika, and who has descended as a divine master. In this holy abode of Sri Navadvip Dham, he is absorbed in the pastimes of profusely chanting the holy names, dancing in ecstasy. So before, this is the preface, before entering into the heart of the book, what he is presenting. Guru Maharaj, Krishna Maharaj, as offering his obeisances to his spiritual master. He doesn't forget his spiritual master and only remember Krishna. He remembers Krishna by remembering his spiritual master. And by remembering his spiritual master, he remembers Krishna. They're not separate. We tend to think that God is somewhere far off in another place, opposed to this world. That is not God. If God were opposed to this world, something completely different from this world, then he would be finite. It would have some boundary. That cannot be God. God is infinite. And this world is finite. So can there be a separation between the two? If we separate finite and infinite, then we make the infinite also finite. Just another piece, like the finite. So the infinite is not like that. Cannot be like that. Infinite must include the finite within itself. Must. Otherwise, it's not infinite. So the infinite in the finite, that is the extension of the Lord called Paramatma, or the all-pervading feature of the Lord. So we know that within the heart of every living entity, there is Atma and Paramatma, two, not just one. Atma means the finite spirit, and Paramatma means the infinite spirit. It's the Paramatma means higher, inclusive of. Just like the tree, if you say point to a tree outside your house, that word tree doesn't only include the tree outside your house. All trees are called tree. There's a universal and there's a particular. Particular tree and the universal idea tree itself, in which all the particulars participate. Particular, you could think of the word particular as meaning participate. And it's not that the universal and the particular are separate from one another, although they are different. When you point to a tree, it's not all the trees that you're pointing to. But you say the word tree, you're including all the trees. See? And did you know, even if you say I, when you say I, you mean yourself. You don't include anybody else. But everyone says I. Everyone refers to themselves as I. So everyone is I. And that's called the universal I, the universal ego. It is also exists. And you are singular. You are a particular ego. So like that, Krishna and his devotee are not separate. They're different, but they're not separate. Universal Lord, Bhagavan, and the devotee are different, but not separate. Just like any concept that we use has that feature, universal and particular. Universal, particular. It's a very important lesson to learn. That we are not apart from the universality of I, the universal ego. We are part of. But most people are not aware of this. They don't even know such a thing. They have no knowledge of such a thing. Although they are using that word every day, I, they think of it only as themselves. And they have no idea of its universal relationship. So that is the difference between a Krishna conscious person and a person in ignorance, who has no knowledge of what is what, and Maya, who does not know the reality of its own situation. But it's not enough just to have that knowledge. One must also understand what is that relationship. What is the mentality of one who has that knowledge and that relationship with the universal and the particular? What is that? These things generally people are not aware of also. So not only must they be educated in these things, but they must also practice. What is the practice by which that relationship can be established? What that relationship is and stuff. Of course, it's always there. It's not that there is no relationship there. Even when one is in ignorance of what that relationship is or what that knowledge is, that relation still exists. But we don't know that. And we don't know how to make that connection. So therefore, we have to be not only trained in knowledge, but also in how to live properly, how to live in that connection, how to establish it, and how to live in that connection. There's great knowledge within Krishna consciousness that is beyond any kind of knowledge you can learn in a school or in a college or university, or even sometimes in a monastery or a mutt. How much knowledge do they actually have? One may be practicing so many different things, doing so many different things, but that knowledge must be there. Sridhara used to call it proper conception. Proper conception. That is all in all. If we do not have the proper conception, then what is the question of coming to the proper conclusion or establishing ourselves in a proper constitutional position? Proper conception must be there. One could be chanting Hare Krishna. Excuse me. One could be chanting Hare Krishna, holy names. One could be chanting the holy names, but have no conception of what he's saying. Is that good? I mean, Sri Maharaj used to give the example of a bullet. If you can fire a bullet without that kernel, the bullet.
Gunpowder.
What is it called?
The gunpowder.
You can fire the gunpowder. You know how a bullet is made? There's some gunpowder in the shell, and then there's a little pellet in the front of that, a lead pellet or iron or whatever. When you fire the gun, that explosion pushes that pellet out, and that's the bullet. That's the thing that does damage. But if you're chanting the holy name, he said it's like having a blank a bullet with the gunpowder, but there's no pellet to go out. Huh? In other words, you're having an explosion, but there's nothing happening. When you put a blank in the gun, it may fire, but there's no bullet coming out. They call it blank. It's only that when we're chanting, but we don't have any conception of what we're doing or anything about it. We're just making some imitation, as if we know what the great saints they're chanting, what they are realizing, what they know. That is absent in the neophyte and the practitioner and the kanishta, the initial starting point of the devotees. And it must be the conception, it must be there. Otherwise, nothing will satisfy that demand. No amount of activity or imitation. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati also, I think, they gave the example. If a man goes into the labor room, labor room where the ladies have their babies, when they're delivering the baby, they call it labor. In the hospital, they have one labor room where the women can give their babies. He said, without having the proper conception, a man goes into the labor room and like he's trying to have some labor, but it doesn't produce anything. He's going through the motions, but he can't. He has no pregnancy. He has not what he can do. Only moaning and groaning, but no baby will be produced. All these examples are there. So we have to understand. One more example that I think Sridhara gives. In homeopathy, they have like a sugar cube, a little piece of sugar, and then they inject the medicine in that sugar cube. And then you take that sugar cube, you're getting the medicine automatically. But if you don't put the medicine in there, then you just take the sugar cube. That won't benefit you. So again, doing the procedures of Bhakti Yoga without the proper conception, without the medicine, are like taking sugar cube. It won't have any benefit to you. So there, we can see so many examples what this means. How important it is, proper conception. Proper conception. And where do we go to get that? That cannot be found anywhere and everywhere. Hardly anyone knows these things, in truth. Even Bhagavad Gita. The lessons of the Bhagavad Gita are hidden in the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita itself says, Guya, Raja Guya. Raja Vidya, Raja Guya, it says. This is Guya. Guya means hidden. Just like Gupta. Gupta also means Gupta Govardhan. The hidden. Srila wrote the Bhagavad Gita, he titled it Hidden Treasure. The hidden treasure of the Bhagavad Gita.
Sweet absolute.
What is hidden?
Hidden treasure of the sweet absolute.
Of the sweet absolute. So that's hidden. What is that hidden? Very, very, very few of all the Bhagavad Gitas that have ever been written, very, very, very few know the secret that Sridhara gave in his Gita. Something very high. He used to tell us, Srila Prabhupada and Sridhara were very good friends before Prabhupada became internationally known. He and Sridhara used to live together in Calcutta and Navadvip. And Sridhara and Prabhupada, even after he became Iskon Acharya, He used to go to Srila, and he would sit with Maharaja. Maharaja would tell him about his Gita. And he explained some verses in the Gita in which he revealed that hidden inner meaning of the Gita. And Prabhupada once told us, after meeting with Sridhar Maharaj, he said, if you knew what we were talking about, you would faint. You would faint. The topics were so high. Because they're hidden treasure. Those hidden things that not everyone knows. Yet Sridhar Maharaj was able to express that. He had a very good brain and a very devoted heart. And he had a very good spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswat. These things are necessary. Good teacher and a good heart for the student. And then those things can be known. Otherwise, not possible. Even picking up some book, doing so many different practices, those things will remain hidden until the spiritual master reveals. And the revelation of the spiritual master is Krishna's own revelation to us. Acharya Vijaniyat. Krishna says, know that I am the Acharya. I come to you as the Acharya to reveal to you those innermost things. But we have to find that proper person if we are to get that proper knowledge, proper conception. Then we can have access to that. And then we can properly develop our spiritual life by understanding these things and practicing and trying to perfect our lives in the direction and guidance that Gurudev has given us with the proper idea. And our chanting and our cooking and whatever we do, then it becomes potent and some tangible benefit in our life can be attained, tangible progress. Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharma. Pratyaksha means by direct experience. We can understand spiritual life. It sounds mysterious, but we can have direct perception of these things. Realization. That's realization means direct perception. Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means knowledge by the senses. We can have sense knowledge, sense experience of the reality of Krishna consciousness. And not something that we only have to think about. Yes, thinking has to be there, no doubt. Proper thinking. But then our life will be transformed. That is the real thing. When our life is transformed, and instead of drudging through this world like a suffering pilgrim, we can be dancing in the spiritual world with Krishna and his companions. And until we can come to that platform, until we find that person who could bring us to that platform, then we have not yet found Gurudev. Real Guru, authentic Guru, who can bring us to that platform of dancing. Otherwise, you can continue traveling through the world looking for this and that, but you will not find that eternal, immortal plane. The plane of immortality is there within us, but we have to discover that. And that has to be discovered with the help of the guide. It's like if you are lost in the forest and you're trying to find a way out, you'll only get deeper in the forest if you have no idea which way is out. Because everywhere you see the same thing, trees. But if you can find someone who has been through the forest and knows the way out, and you follow them, then easily you can get out. Easily. Where my favorite example If you are drowning in the ocean, and you are alone, drowning in the ocean, and the sharks are coming and the other fish are coming, and they may eat you, and you are there, then what you can do? You are drowning in the ocean, what you can do? There's everywhere you look, there's water, and there's death. Only if someone comes and picks you up, takes you out of the water in a boat, they throw you a life raft and pull you up, then you can get out. That's the only way. Only with help. So we may think we're independent, and we need no one to help us, and that we can do everything on our own. There's foolishness. That means you don't understand the futility, hopelessness of your own situation in this material world. Material world is like an ocean, filled with many dangers. And you are dying. You are swimming in the ocean, but you are dying. Death is certain. We will be drowned there. So we need to have that miracle occur in which our Gurudev comes and saves us from that ultimate destruction that is bound to happen. And if we are foolish enough to think that despite the help coming to us, we don't take it, why would someone not take the help? They're drowning, but he won't take help from Gurudev. Because he's looking for some other help. What is he doing? What is the idea? Well, I'm not sure if this will help me or not. Then what? You want to stay drowning because I am independent. I don't want to be dependent. No foolishness. You'll drown. Adityanandan Prabhu ki jai.
Jai. Jai Prabhu Maharaj.
Dhanyavad. Anyhow, so here, Srila Maharaj is appraising his Gurudev, and he's using these words. You have descended as a divine master in this holy abode of Navadip Dham. This Lord Gauranga is represented by Gurudev. Lord Gauranga, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, embraced by the heart and halo of Sri Radhika. Krishna is not alone. He has his Shakti, Srimati Radharani. He is also there, very intimate part. Gauranga came to show us. He came to show us the other side of himself, the other side of Krishna. Krishna is the supreme predominator, the supreme Lord, and Radharani is his humble servitor. The pleasure that the Lord experiences is due to Radharani. She is called Ladini Shakti. Ladini Shakti. It means the pleasure potency. The pleasure Krishna enjoys is coming from the loving service of his devotees. Loving service. That's what we want to find. We are servants of the loving servitors of the Lord. They have love for Krishna and they have love for the devotees. And we want to get in that association and receive it and be influenced by that love. Be infected by that love. That is bhakti. Be influenced by that love. Just like if you want to get COVID, you have to go to somebody who has it. If you can find somebody who has the COVID, you can get it just by association. If you want Krishna Prem, we have to find someone who can contaminate us. Someone can infect us. And then we can easily get that. Well, not so easily, but anyhow, depending on our own situation, how much we are anxious for that, how much we are prepared to purify our heart, leave up all other things except the desire to love Krishna and his devotees. Then we will be a candidate, proper candidate. But evil, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Then next, Srila Maharaja is saying there's two expanded purports that may be drawn from this verse. Srimad Prabhu Padamboja Marupebhyo Namo Namaha Tripyantu Kripaya Tetra Prapanna-jivanamrtam. Again and again I make my obeisance unto the eternal personal servitors of my divine master, who drink the nectar of his lotus feet. I pray they may be graciously pleased and tasting this life nectar of the surrendered soul. So here he is not only praying to Gurudev, but also to the servants of Gurudev. Also important. We don't only want to please Guru, we want to also please the servitors of Gurudev. If we go back to the spiritual world and we're only thinking of pleasing Krishna, and what do? We offend Radharani? Do we offend the gopis? The cowherd boys? Do we beat the cows? No. If we love Krishna, we will also love the devotees and carefully take care of them. Then he's saying the next one, Atma Vigyapiti. Sorry, Atma Vigyapti. Atyan Vichiras Rupo Pi Prachinanam Susamata Slokan Kati Payan Atra Traharami Satam Mudhe. A humble petition. Despite my disqualification, for the satisfaction of the pure devotees, I have compiled this book, an anthology of stanzas that are well established by our predecessor. Haribo Devahuti Tatini. Hi. Nice to see you again. So here,
Maharaj, sorry for joining very late. I didn't know.
okay, anytime. We're having the grace of your association. We are happy even for a moment. Krishna is explaining here, Guru Maharaj is explaining here. There are two things. One is not besides Krishna, there are devotees that we have to take care of. And then there is our own self. What is our qualification? What defects do we have in us that we have to improve? What do we have to do to make our heart pure, to have a proper relationship with Krishna and his devotees? All these considerations must be taken into account. Our own appropriate behavior and mentality, heart, everything must be there. It's a big assignment, actually, a big responsibility. Seems impossible from our very fallen perspective how we could possibly be a resident of that plane. Only the very sincerest heart can make that journey. And we hear about all these things in the scriptures. The devotees, the difficulties they've had, and the successes they've had also. So we have to be very deliberate, very serious, and very sincere if we want to make that journey. And so we give all credit to the devotees who make that attempt. They are great souls, Mahatmas, because they're not easy. We know from our own experience, our own realization, we can understand the great difficulty and the great purity and sacrifice that's involved. So even someone makes a faltering attempt, we give them all credit, even they may not be doing things properly, and they're stumbling along. Still, we give them credit. You are at least trying. And the devotees are aware of that, and Krishna is aware of that. And help will come. But we have to keep very vigilant, steadfast. And maybe Krishna will finally take some pity on us. All right, come on. All right, then we'll read the next verse next time, I think. Any question, comment? Hare Krishna. I am just happy to see all the beautiful faces of the devotees.
Can I say something?
Please.
After listening to you, there is no question actually, but the journey which you have said is a very difficult path. Coming to that level is something really difficult, and to yes, if we can come to that, absolutely there will be no problem. But trying our best, but the time will come, maybe the path which you are telling, maybe we'll reach to that. It's not that we are not trying, but that level of sincerity and that level of determination is not there. But gradually we are trying through the path of Guru. So maybe the time will come soon, so we can reach to that level. So that's my submission is.
Thank you very much. Very nice. We have so many good devotees here that we could have association with, an example. Take their example also, how they are doing so nicely, humbly going on in their service with full determination and full conviction, full faith. That's wonderful to see. And we can be inspired by their example. When are you going to Navadvip, Dr. Sahu?
I don't know when God, nothing is with me. I'm a very finite being, but I believe on infinite. Infinity is there. So when everything is through him only, what I am today is because of him. And I believe strongly what I'll be in future also because of him. So that is what I'm waiting for.
Okay.
So I have a strong faith on infinity. So whatever I do through him only. So, but sometimes wrong things happen, and sometimes being a finite soul, we are not able to control our desire and sometimes also ego. So that to come to that state gradually through your, like as I believe in Guru also. So maybe through you, I can reach to that level. So, but trying my best wherever I am. I don't create problem for others, nor do I create problem for me. But things are sometimes not in my hand. So, and everybody is working in a prayers. So, and it's very natural to have the desire and when you have the mind and the senses. So it all creates the desire for that. And there are, I believe, such duties to the society through Krishna consciousness and through your path also. So that also we have a very vital role to play to bring the change within the young minds who are pathless. So little bit work we are also doing. It's not that we are not working to that direction, but not in a full form. But the time will come, and that also will be decided by my faith, the God, the Krishna, Lord Krishna. So, so that is what I'm waiting for.
Okay. Well, going to the holy places is a very important
Yes,
part of our sadhana. And
yes, I used to move from, but yes, I think others can respond also. Or you want me to respond?
Kartik is coming at the end of the year, huh? Kartik, and a very auspicious time, very holy
Yes,
time of the year, especially for the devotees. And whatever service and sacrifice you make during that time is 3 times more effective than any other time when you do things. So if you want a real boost to your spiritual life, to visit the holy places during Kartik is very, very powerful. It'll give you a lot of merit, sukriti, yeah? Good merit, more than sukriti. Yeah, Kartik. Krishna's favorite season. Springtime is very nice, but Kartik is very special. The month of Damodar. So if you have a chance, and even more than Vrindavan, Navadvip is said to be more potent sometimes than even Vrindavan. Because in Vrindavan, Krishna is enjoying with the gopis and Radharani. But in Navadvip, he's distributing that love to everyone. He's distributing the love of Radharani to everyone. The love that Radharani has for Krishna is being distributed by Mahaprabhu. So what is more? Some people say relishing that love is the most important thing. Others say relishing that love and then distributing it, that is even more wonderful. When that love within the heart overflows and is distributed to others, that is considered the acme, the epitome of all rasa, all ecstatic taste. To love and to distribute that through your love, to the overflowing of that love. That is Mahaprabhu, and that is Navadvip Dham. So we have a special place in our hearts for Navadvip. Most people want to go to Vrindavan. That's very nice, no doubt. And we should all want that also. There at the Yaradakund, at the Govardhan, those ecstatic pastimes of the Supreme Lord and his devotees. His most intimate devotees take place. But in Navadvip, then there we have the Odarya Leela. The Leela in which that love is there, but it is also overflowing and being distributed. Like what do you call those things? Volcano. Huh? Volcano. Srila wrote one book. What is that called?
Golden volcano.
The
Divine
golden
love.
volcano of divine love. Huh? When the volcano erupts, that lava comes out and distributed everywhere. What happened? Distributed.
Adityananda has two. He's trying to connect, but it's okay.
Okay.
They're connected.
Love and distribution. That's called Odarya. There's Madhurya in Vrindavan and Odarya in Navadvip. Odarya. Okay. Dear Ross Prabhu, I hope you can find what you are looking for soon. I hope very soon Krishna will give you all of your wishes for him, for his connection.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Thank you.
Devotee, yes.
I'm very sorry I've joined late. Today being the Ekadashi, I was watching some video and by chance 11 I saw, why not have darshan of you and talk few words with you. Now I found out from Uma Devi, it's already started at 10:30. I'm sorry, I'm so late.
And yeah,
It's-
very
the
nice.
timing has been changed, I think, to 10:30.
We're glad to know you are okay. We
Yeah, I'm okay.
we
I
always
was-
remember you, and
Yes, Maharaj,
we always remember you and hope that you're doing well.
very nice of you.
I know
Thank
you
you
are
very
very-
much.
very
I
sincere.
need your blessing.
Yes, you are very sincere and trying to teach others about Krishna consciousness. A good teacher that you are, and a holy teacher, teaching the proper thing. This is the real knowledge everyone has to learn. So we offer
And
our obeisances to you. And I offer my dandavats to all the devotees. Thank you all for your service, your devotion, your dedication, your example and your inspiration to us. My dandavats to you. Please be well, be safe, have a good week. Always remember, Haribo.
Haribo, Devotee Maharaj.
Haribo.